UFC Fight Night Paris, Borralho versus Imavov. Coming back after a little bit of a nice break from the UFC. Misfits was pretty good. D. Ferguson got the dub. Can't believe that. Although, probably the worst stoppage I've ever seen in a boxing match. Absolutely insane. He wasn't even wobbled. Just put his hands up to defend himself, and then the ref didn't even do an 8 count. Like, that's insane. Makes 0 sense. But hey, D-Ferg got the dub, so can't be too mad. And then fucking Darren Till slapped the fuck out of Luke Rockhold. Bro, that shit was brutal. That was a nasty fucking knockout. He knocked him down a couple times. And then just boom, fucking left hand, I believe, was kind of like an uppercut, and then boom, around the guard, right on like the nose, kind of, and he was gone, bro. These mosquitoes. I hope these are not mosquitoes around me. Yeah, I also watched CJI because I am into grappling. Not super heavily, but there was a point in time where I was getting super into it, and I remember the last CJI was fucking awesome. She had me feeling inspired. Oh shit. It is a mosquito, bro. Fuck. Yeah, she was having me feel inspired to train more jiu-jitsu, and then this CJI was kind of ass. I'm not gonna lie. You know, shout out to Gray. He's doing everything he can to make it exciting, but there were like fucking 5 submissions in the entire event, bro. It was so many decisions, so many boring ass stalling matches. Like, sucks, because Craig really did everything he could, but yeah, these motherfuckers, like, I don't know. I think jiu-jitsu's cooked, bro. This shit's just doomed. I don't think any kind of rule set is gonna make guys be fun. You know, I think you just have to have more grapplers that prioritize entertainment over domination, like winning. Like in the UFC, you know, we got fucking here's a good example, like Tai Tuivasa and shit, you know. We're like, yeah, they won't be champ, but you're gonna watch them fight. It's gonna be a fun fight when they show up. So I think jiu-jitsu needs more of that, because they're all super competitive and they just want to win. And in jiu-jitsu, it's like, if you have a somewhat dominant position, or you just look like you're doing a little more and you can win a match that way, like, of course they're gonna do that shit. So bit unfortunate. My boy Jail got slapped twice with the fucking joke. Oh, so unfortunate for my boy Jail. And then Craig just fucking left. Like, he didn't do a little speech or anything. He just fucking dipped. And I have a feeling he's kind of pissed. But, you know, cool event either way. But we're back, baby. We're back in the UFC. In Paris. Oui, Paris. There's fucking another break this month, though. Sorry about the children in the background if you can hear. Yeah, we had Memorial Day, and then now there's another break, bro. There's another week with no UFC this month. I'm devastated. But this is a pretty good card. Starting off, we got Shauna Bannon going against Sam Hughes. I think this is like a pick'em in my opinion. I do not think Shauna Bannon is that good. She's got like a weird kind of karate style. Sam Hughes, as Lucas Gleazy says, definition of a tough cookie, which is very true. She is an absolute tough cookie, just like straight wrestler pretty much. Has some like underrated wins. Kind of win 2, lose 1, win 1, lose 1 type of fighter. Yeah, I don't know. I could see either Sean Banna picking apart Sam Hughes on the outside, or Sam Hughes having success with the grappling. I don't know that Shauna Bannon grappling is that amazing, so I really don't know. I'll go fucking Shauna Bannon by split decision. Next up, Why is this so low on the card? Alright, this is pissing me off. Because this fight, I think is going to be awesome. I'm so excited for this fight. We got Andreas Gustafsson going against Renat Vakradinov. Dude, this is a great fight. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This guy, Gustafsson, craziest style, bro. Just like straight clinch spammer, but an effective clinch spammer. It's wild to watch. He just like kind of runs at his opponent every fight. Isn't like a traditional wrestler, or he's kind of like a Greco-Roman type of guy, where he's using a lot of like body locks and upper body attacks. And he just lands these brutal elbows and knees in the clinch. Like he just, it's very strange because a lot of guys just stall in the clinch, but he has made that his home, and he's kind of like a one-trick pony, but shit works. That being said, Renat's very good. Not as good as I thought he once was. I think the Carlos Leal fight kind of exposed him a little bit. So yeah, in my mind, this is kind of like a pick'em. I'm very interested stylistically to see how this goes, because I don't think Gustafsson's going to be able to kind of bully Renat like he did Chaos Williams. I think Renat's strong and fast enough to defend all like the grappling attacks from Andreas, but I do think Andreas probably has the cardio advantage, which is kind of the main aspect where I see him having success. I think out on the feet at range, Renat's probably got the better chance of landing the better shots, but in the clinch, it's probably going to be Gustafsson all day. The only thing is, like, can he close that void and get to Renat? You know, is running at him going to work this time? So I could see Renat kind of gassing out, maybe having success early and then succumbing to the pressure in the later rounds. I think it'll be a very back and forth close fight. Fuck it, I just have a feeling I'll go Gustafsson by split decision again. Yeah, this is from France. Yeah, with no Arab judges to fucking, no damn Saudi judges to rob my boy Carlos Leal. I think Renat might lose this one, but yeah, pretty close fight. But why is this so early on the card? Like, this is a great fucking scrap. Alright, next up, Brad Tavares versus Robert Brejcik. Robert Brejcik lost to Ior Peteria. Enough said. I don't actually think Ior's that bad, but you can't be losing to him. I think Brad Tavares is still pretty good. Honestly, like, he has zero power, and that's kind of what gets him in trouble. But he has pretty decent boxing, good kicks, and elite takedown defense. But he is like a decision kind of fighter. But it's like not super boring, you know, he has some good scraps here and there, so sucks that he got cut, but I guess he's back in the UFC, so I'm gonna go Brad Tavares by classic Brad Tavares decision. Outboxing him, just bitter battering him. Next up, Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters. Great matchmaking by the UFC on this one. In my opinion. Sam Patterson's a guy that's been disproven, you know. Got absolutely folded in his debut by this like short Tajikistan type guy. And then fucked up Roosevelt Roberts. I don't know if that was his fight back, but since then he's been looking great. He fucked up Roosevelt Roberts. Nasty striking, beautiful follow-up, was patient, waited for the opportunity to present itself and just fucking beat the shit out of him. So Sam Patterson's been looking great. Trey Waters, I remember his fight against Billy Goff, and that was his last fight. Okay, I thought he looked good, dude. That was an insanely high-paced fight, and he was in there the whole time, landing knees, better shots on the feet, had good head movement, kind of dangerous, but definitely good head movement. I think this is going to be a close fight. I think there's probably going to be a finish in this one. Sam Patterson is primarily a grappler. I did kind of like what I saw from Trey Waters in the Goff fight, his ability to defend takedowns. But yeah, the Sam Patterson guy's been looking better and better. Trey Waters, definitely not a bad fighter at all. I think this will be a fun one, but I think I'm going to go Sam Patterson by submission. I just like the momentum of Sam Patterson. Next up, a short notice replacement just got announced, I think. Harry Hardwick finally gets a shot in the UFC. Let me make sure this is the right one, because I know he has a brother, I think George. Oh wait, no, this is the brother, right? This is my guy. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I thought this was George Hardwick, not gonna lie. I think he's a weight class above. Harry Hardwick. Is he featherweight usually? Fucking mosquitoes are getting me, dude. No good. Yep, he is a featherweight. That's gonna be tough, but he does have a lot of hype. I know that. His brother George Hardwick made like YouTube shorts and shit that I would watch, and he's a pretty cool dude. Got kind of whooped up on the Contender Series, but his brother's getting a shot. I know he's a big like Cage Warriors guy. 13-3, I think. Pretty good record, but he is a featherweight, and this is short notice. And dude, Taue Fernandez, he looked fucking great against my boy Guram. Sad to say, because I am a Guram head, I am a Guram stan, a Guram believer, unfortunately. But yeah, my boy Guram got cooked by a guy named, he was laying those leg kicks, kind of nasty, long, lengthy, like a lot of kicks, kind of skinny, striker type of style. And yeah, he was impressive as fuck. Was defending all the grappling. I was honestly very impressed with Fernandez in that fight, so I was looking forward to him versus Faraz. That would have been a great matchup, but I think he beats Harry Hardwick. Again, I haven't done the most research on Harry Hardwick, but he's a featherweight, and this is so short notice, and Ty looks pretty fucking good, and it's definitely going to be a tricky customer. Not a kind of guy that you can step in on short notice and figure out. So, I'm going to go Fernandez by... I kind of want to go KO for some reason. I'll go like third round TKO. Next up we got Martin Tybura. He's a great fighter. Marcin Tybura. He's a great fighter. Going against Ante Delija. Hold on, I'm gonna spray some bug spray real quick. Alright, we're back. But yeah, Ante Delija. Not a bad fighter. Honestly, I was doing some research on this guy. Fought Mauricio Green, and I can like taste the bug spray. What the fuck? Oh god, no good. But he fought Mauricio Green, who's a very genetically gifted fighter. He has the John Jones type build, and he's cornered by John Jones. Trains with him, but he's ass, bro. He's fucking terrible. And yeah, he was fucking up Maurice Green with the boxing. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I've seen him do. He fought Yorgan De Castro, another GOAT of the old UFC heavyweight division, and he smoked him in like 30 seconds. Yeah, very aggressive, very good boxing, kind of patient, you know. But that being said, in the Maurice Green fight, he did get taken down by Maurice Green. And if you're getting taken down by Maurice Green, I think Tybura's gonna fuck you up, bro. I could see him pressuring Tybura and kind of overwhelming him because, Tybura doesn't like the limelight too much, doesn't see. So I could see that pressure getting to him and him like kind of succumbing to the boxing pressure of Ante. But I do think if Marcin gets this shit to the ground, it's game over, bro. Like, he's got very, very good control on the ground, very good ground and pound, good submissions, very positionally dominant. So I think I'm gonna go Tybura by I'll go decision because Ante did seem very tough. He didn't seem like the kind of guy that's gonna get DKO'd like fucking Greg Hardy, But I could see Ante pressuring Marcin and taking him out. I think it's just kind of a classic Marcin Tybura fight where either he gets fucked up on the feet or he smokes him on the ground, makes it look easy. But I'll go Tybura by decision. Speaking of decisions, we got Omar Sy going against Brenson Ribeiro. Dude, this guy Omar Sy came in with so much fucking hype, but he sucks, bro. He is so ass. He's not so ass, but he sucks. If that makes sense. He fucking came in against Tacos or some shit. Subbed him instantly. Easy fight, whatever. I was like, okay, this guy looks pretty good, looks promising, good grappling. And then he fought some dude in, Jung Da-woon. And he decided to not shoot a single takedown and win one of the most boring fights on the feet I've ever seen. And they kind of did the same shit with Alonzo Menafield. I was gonna say robbery, can't believe Menafield won. But then I remembered that I was literally struggling to stay awake during that fight. I was fucking I spaced out. I started thinking about other shit because there was just no risks being shown, just a boring ass fucking fight. I do think he beats Brenson Ribeiro. Brenson Ribeiro's kind of small. He is hit or miss. Sometimes he has good performances, but coming off a knockout loss to the GOAT ass man. I've got Omar Sy by another boring decision. Maybe goes in there and subs him. I could see that happening, but I do not think he's finishing him on the feet. So yeah, I'll go Sy by decision. Next up, we got William Gomis. William Gomis going against Robert Rujala. I did some research. I watched one of Rujala's fights in KSW. He was like an interim champion. Insane tattoos. If you look at this guy, I don't know if it was like a henna, I hope it was, but he has just company names, a bunch of random ass company logos and names tattooed on his back and his chest and shit. I hope for his sake that shit is fake, but he's kind of a skinny guy, very technical kind of guy. Low-key similar to Gomis in a way, but he looked alright, very technical, like I mentioned. Knocked down his opponent, had some okay power. I think he's very skilled and well-rounded MMA fighter, overall. But yeah, he didn't really do anything where I'm oh, this guy's powerful, oh, this guy's quick, oh, this guy's got great wrestling. Nothing really stood out. Just okay, this is a solid technical dude. And Gomis, I think, is pretty good, honestly. He fucking sucks because he spends the whole fight on the back foot and kind of does this whole dance where he just jabs and lands as little as possible to win a boring fucking decision every time. Hyder Emil brought the dog out of him, bro. The marauder of marauders, the GOAT Hyder Emil, and I low-key thought Hyder kind of lost that fight. It was the only good William Gomis fight I've ever seen, and that was due to Hyder's pressure. But I'm low-key glad Hyder won, because it's dude, you can't be playing it that fucking safe all the time. So I think Gomi's pretty good. I think he probably beats this guy, to be honest. I think this fight's gonna suck dick. I think it's gonna be boring as shit. Because like I said, the other guy likes to kind of, Robert likes to play that kind of technical game. And again, like, the dude's got power, you know, he's not bad. He could definitely hurt Gomi. I don't really see Gomi hurting anyone. But I'm gonna go with the safe bet in this. I think it'll be fucking single-digit strikes every round. William Gomi winning a boring 29-28, 30-27 decision. Next up, Patricio Pitbull opening up the card against Losin Kieta. Weird bout order I get, putting Pitbull kind of low because he's pretty low output and kind of a boring fighter sometimes, but they got fucking Mason Jones way up higher on the card. They got Reese McKee at fucking Patricio Pitbull, bro. Like, come on, man. I feel like that's just kind of disrespectful to Pitbull. This Kieta guy, I watched one of his fights. He was the champ in, was it KSW? It was some pretty big kind of European organization. Sorry, this fucking mosquito, bro. Oh my god, I'm trying to get him. There he is. Oh my god, there's a wasp. What the fuck? What is happening? Oh my god, alright, we gotta move. We gotta rip through these predictions. Yeah, Kieta, kind of a weird herky jerky style. Yeah. He's like good, but in a weird way, kind of like a trickiest way. The guy he was fighting was like low-key way more technical, but Kieta had this kind of like alright, he was technical. He was fucking keeping his pace, you know, moving well. But when they'd get into exchanges, Kieta would just kind of like have that beginner like fucking oh shit, but not in like a submissive way, like oh fuck, like that. It would be more of like a oh shit, okay, just threw that hook. All right, let me throw a right hand. Oh, like it was just weird. It looked like, you know how fighters just have like instant reactions whenever something happens because they've drilled it so many times. It's like, all right, you threw the hook, boom, boom. You know, 2-3. Like, it's just immediate. For him, it looked like he thought about what he's gonna do for a second. Like, there's one exchange where the other guy threw like 2 punches, and he was just like here, and he goes, and then throw some shit. Like, you could tell he's just looking at him like, oh shit, there's a punch. Oh, there's a punch. All right, let me do something. And he's just got that kind of goofy mentality of like, I'm gonna fuck you up, but I don't know how. And that's kind of how he got the knockout. He landed the body kick on his opponent, and then as his opponent was kind of like resetting, he threw this like chopping right hand as he was recovering from the body kick. So he boom, threw it, and then it kind of went like whoosh. It's kind of like a hammer fist almost, and just caught the dude off guard. And then nasty fucking follow-up. Nasty follow-up. This guy looks good. He has pretty low output. I could definitely see this being a snooze fest for sure, but... And yeah, he's got that trickiest kind of style where in moments it's like, oh, this guy does not look like super prepared. But then he's like effective, you know, it still works for him. Pitbull looked good his last fight, I thought. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It showed some good grappling. Had some moments on the feet. Again, classic low output, but it wasn't a bad fight by any means. I think it's like a pick'em probably. I'll go Pitbull just because he's fought the better guys. He could get caught, but yeah, he doesn't really take many risks. So I can see this being kind of a boring fight, but I'll go Pitbull by split decision, or unanimous decision, 29-28. Next up, Alex Sola versus Reese McKee. Reese McKee, I'm glad he's getting another shot here in the UFC, even though he's been losing all the time. He's fucking good, bro. Like, he is not a bad fighter. Oh, who did he fight last time? Daniel Frunze. Yeah, that was a nasty fight, bro. He fucking dropped him like 12 times. And the dude just kept getting back up. It was fucking crazy. Yeah, I like Reese McKee. Very technical, long, lanky kind of guy. had a bit of a career resurgence after going back to Cage Warriors. And this Alex Sola guy, he fought in some random ass promotion, and he got dropped bad by the dude he was fighting. And the dude he was fighting looked alright, but he didn't look like anything special. I think Reese McKee would have beat both of them. And that was like a pretty recent fight, so I don't know. Again, didn't really see anything special out of Alex. Just seemed like a decent overall, well-rounded fighter, so I'll go Reese McKee by fuck it, I'll go second round TKO, because Sola did get dropped badly by a guy who didn't seem like he had a ton of power. Next up, I don't know why this is so high on the main card, or even on the main card. Borralho versus Mason Jones. Quick little tangent about Mason Jones. The only UFC event I've been to in person was in London, and this dude sitting next to me said that he like knew Mason Jones, and he had like a picture with him and shit, and he was like, yeah, in the last London card, he was sitting like a row above me. We started chopping it up, and that card that I watched was Aspinall and Blades. Whole card was ass. It was fucking dog shit. But one of the most like exciting moments is Ludwig Klein. I think he landed like a counter hook or something on Mason Jones that like dropped him, and I just remember seeing the sweat fly off his face. Like, it was just so fast and so powerful. I was like, holy fuck. It was like the only good moment of the entire night. I remember it clear as day. So I got some love for Mason Jones, although he did pull guard against Ludwig Klein in the third round, and that was so sad because it was a great scrap leading up. But yeah, he's pretty good. I think voluntarily left the UFC. I don't think he got cut. Came back. I thought he looked pretty good against Jeremy Stevens. It is Jeremy Stevens, you know, but still, thought he looked good. Thought he looked sharp. Did what he needed to do, unfortunately, in the third round to get the job done. Borralho, I think he's alright. Strong guy, technical, but again, like one of these kind of pitter-patter technical dudes that aren't really going to take any big risks. So I don't really know why this is so high on the card. Mason Jones, though, he is kind of like a hit-or-miss fighter. Sometimes he shows up and dominates, and sometimes he loses to guys that he probably shouldn't lose to. So, I'll go Mason Jones by fucking ground and pound TKO. I just got a feeling. Next up, Mateusz Bukauskas going against Paul Craig. I got Mateusz Bukauskas. I love Paul Craig. I root for him every time, but I'm never gonna choose him to win a fight unless he goes against someone who's like actually terrible. Bukauskas is pretty good. He's got good striking, decent wrestling. Like, I don't really see Paul Craig triangling this guy. Could happen. I do like that it's more of a step down in competition for Paul Craig. They're done fucking feeding him to the wolves. And also crazy that he got his contract signed. He's like fucking 1-5 or some shit in his last 6. I totally made that up, but the only fight I remember Craig winning in recent memory was against Andre Muniz at middleweight. And somehow he was also talking about retiring a while ago. Probably gets a lot of money from the UFC every time he fights, and he somehow swindled them into like another 5 or 6 fight deal. So shout out Paul Craig. I'm glad he's still getting that bag. But yeah, I do not see him winning this one unless he gets the fluke triangle. I think Bukauskas is just solid enough to win a decision on the feet, so I'll go Bukauskas to win by like 30-27 decision, 29-28 on like one judge's scorecard maybe. And that's the feature fight for some reason. We got Renat and fucking the Swedish guy. That shit is opening up the fucking prelims. But then we got goddamn Paul Craig as the featured fight in Bukowskis. Like, what the fuck? So weird. But moving on to the co-main event of the evening. Very exciting fight. Love this matchup. I was so bummed when Joel Alvarez pulled out. But I'm glad that they made this fight instead. I guess not instead, but instead of rebooking the Alvarez fight. This is, I think, a smart move by the UFC. I kind of see what they're doing here. They're like, alright, we need Ruffy to get a title shot as quickly as possible. Like, we need to fucking get this guy higher up in the rankings, give him some good competition. And it's like, if there's one guy that will look good on his resume and be like, oh, this guy's legit, like he's now like top 10 level, but is also kind of an easy fight in a certain way, BSD's the optimal choice. Because think about it, like, he's slow, just kind of spams body kicks, and has zero fucking head movement, like head on a platter while he's throwing these combos. So I think the UFC sees that and they're like, oh yeah, this is the guy that Mauricio Rufy could fucking crack. It was a ranked like top 10 guy. I don't know if he's top 10 anymore, but you know, a higher level guy. That being said, I do think Saint Denis has very good grappling, and I could see him having some success using that against Ruffy. But I think on the feet it's gonna be night and day, bro. Like, I guess Denis could fucking always catch Ruffy with a nice lug, fucking with his chin down and shit, but he's just so fucking slow, bro. Like, you can't be that slow, and you can't really maraud against a guy like Ruffy who's gonna be on the back foot and fucking piecing you up, throwing straight shots, throwing spinning wheel kicks. Like, I don't think you can really maraud against a guy like that unless you're quick and explosive. I watched Ruffy's only loss, and it was against this Brazilian guy who was explosive as fuck, just throwing crazy hooks, and he threw one that, you know, like, didn't make sense. It wasn't like boom, boom. It was like boom, and then he kind of paused for a second, and then he caught him on the retreat, kind of like Charles Johnson did to Loner Kavanaugh. But I think BSD's way too fucking slow to get some shit off like that, and I think on the feet that's really his only way of winning. So yeah, I think it's gonna be Rufy fucking him up on the feet, and then BSD maybe having some success in the grappling, maybe taking his back at one point. But yeah, that's the only real path to victory I see for BSD. I am a Ruffy believer, bro. I am a believer. These fight nerds, bro, they're fucking well-rounded. Like, I was watching Gene Silva do a jiu-jitsu competition against Mika Galvao. It's like, shit, bro. He got armbarred pretty quick, but it's like, if you're fighting fucking Mika Galvao, and that was a long-ass time ago, like, these guys are very well-rounded. I believe in the fighting nerd, so I'm gonna go Ruffy by, like, second round TKO. I think he's gonna rock him with, like, a counter shot. Just like a clean right hand, or fucking maybe like a powerful jab or something. And then, you know, BSD's gonna be tough, not get flatlined. But then the follow-up's gonna be too much and they're gonna call it. So I'll go Mauricio Ruffy, round 2 TKO. Next up we got the main event of the evening. Imavov going against Caio Borralho. I love this matchup. I am so happy the UFC is making this shit. I hate when top contenders who are both like have an argument for a title shot when they don't fight each other, like at bantamweight right now. And at lightweight, bro, oh my god, it's so bad at lightweight. None of those guys want to fucking fight each other. I love what they're doing with the middleweight division, like, alright, we got 4 contenders. Fucking scrap it out then. Figure out who's the best. Imavov and Borralho and Hernandez and RDR. Like at lightweight, why not make fucking Patty versus Justin, Armin versus Dan Hooker? It's so retarded, but either way, I'm glad these guys are fighting. I think it's a great matchup. I think it's pretty much a pick'em in my eyes. Imavov has the better resume, and he's been making a lot of improvements. Like when he lost to Phil Hawes and shit, I was like, alright, this guy's good, but he's not like top level by any means. But he's been looking better and better every time. I did not think he would knock out Israel Adesanya. I thought Izzy might win that fight, honestly. And he fucking just timed a beautiful right hand, nasty follow-up uppercut. Crazy performance. And Borralho's been looking great too, you know. He's kind of one of those smart fighters that every fight he has a game plan and fights a bit differently. Like, you don't see him fighting the same way in 2 different fights. He was low-key like predicting Sean Strickland versus Izzy Adesanya to a T, bro. Before the fight, he was saying that this pressure was gonna be too much for him. So like, this guy's very smart, you know, and he's fucking jacked and very explosive and very well-rounded too. Like I was mentioning with the Fighting Nerds, like they have great explosive, creative striking, but then also great jiu-jitsu too. And he's got the strength and explosivity to go with it. Also great cardio. Went like, yeah, all 5 rounds with Jared Cannonier. Thought he looked pretty sharp in the 5th. Wasn't, you know, the hardest fight for him, but still. I think both these guys are extremely well-rounded. Good everywhere. Defensively very sound, but I will say the one factor I'm thinking about in this fight is the gas tank, right? The cardio. Because Imavov, that's kind of been his one downfall, you know, like second round against Izzy, he was low-key looking kind of gassed. When he fought, who was it? Not really Brendan Allen. He fought someone. Against Sean Strickland. He fucking gassed out bad, bro, in those last 2 rounds. Against Buckley, too. Doing great the first 2, and then the 3rd kind of was getting whooped a little bit. So that is the one thing I think that kind of differentiates these guys is the cardio. And that makes me want to pick Kyle because I think Kyle's gonna have the better cardio over 5 rounds. I think he'll definitely be able to survive the first 2. He could always get caught, but again, like, Imavov isn't a big power puncher. He does have some knockouts and such, but he's kind of like a technical front kick spammer kind of guy, light on the feet, Cyril Gahn type striker. He's also got great grappling as well. But I think it's going to kind of nullify the grappling. Like, I think Gaio also has phenomenal grappling, so they're just kind of, like, I don't think either one of them thinks that they're going to be able to dominate the other guy in the grappling, so I think it's going to be primarily a stand-up fight, maybe some clinch work. I do think Gaio's going to be a bit bigger, as in, like, stronger, more muscular. Imavov's pretty fucking fast. I mean, they're both fast, to be fair. It's such an even matchup, dude. It's like, the cardio is really the only thing that I think differentiates these guys. They're both very smart, technical fighters that are fucking well-rounded, dude. Like, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I think Gaio could extend this fight. I think it's going to be fairly low output, though. I think it's definitely going to decision. I don't really see either guy getting finished here. I think they're going to want to make a statement to, say that they deserve the title shot, but I think they're both focused on just winning, bro, just getting the dub, because they're that fucking close to a title shot, so... it's so tough, bro. Fuck. It is also in France. That should be mentioned. It is in fucking France, and I feel like the judges are gonna be a little more favored. Are gonna favor Imavov. But like, is that something I want to rely on? Not really. Dude, but Imavov's been looking so good lately, and he does have the better resume. Beat Izzy, beat who else did he beat? Brendan Allen, Jared Cannonier, Roman. I like the Brendan Allen fights pretty good as far as like his grappling being tested. Yeah, has the better resume, but I don't know. Fuck. Alright, I'll go Kyle Borralho winning like 3-2, 48-47, but then getting robbed by the judges and Nasruddin winning a robbery. So I'm gonna Nasruddin Imavov by robbery decision, but I think Kyo's gonna edge out a close 5-round fight, using his cardio and just landing a little bit more. So those are my predictions for UFC Fight Night. Imavov versus Borralho. Pretty decent card. A lot of new names, but a lot of interesting names. You know, it's not like just some random dude from fucking Vegas. A lot of the guys that are making their debut are like established fucking European fighters, and these Europeans been cooking up lately. These like Polish guys and shit. So yeah, kind of a weird card. Like placement wise, like there are a lot of good fights, but they're kind of scattered all over the card. It's not like there's a stacked, main card or anything, but pretty solid fight night. I'd give it a strong, like, if we're going by fight night standards, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, 6.5 maybe. I think Ruffy and BSD is a phenomenal fight, but yeah, like a 6.5, 6.6. Looking forward to it. Don't think I'm gonna watch it live because I'll be out camping, but I'm gonna watch it when I get back. So yeah, have a great night. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. And don't let the bed bugs bite.